Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the BWRL Broken Rings Racing League Sprint Championship presented by ANSEED, or ANSE3D, Round 1 at Road America. That's a, I guess I should have asked that one on who's presented it by, but you can see at the bottom of your screen who's it presented by. Um, and hello there, Lucky McGriddles. Dork, that's followed 14 minutes ago. Adrian, that also followed an hour ago. Hood, Lumper? That's a nice one. Oh, thank you for joining us. We're at the end of practice right now, and we are just about to start. Get underway for the qualifying session. We got about 8 minutes left. Ooh. Definitely, rocky start, but we are underway. Practice has been pretty good. I'll take a look at the results here. So far in practice, we got Patrick Gannon with a 202 or a 203.8. It's the fastest driver overall right now. And then we got Trey Mistack and following in P2 with a 204.9. 204 even, 094 is what I should be saying there. And then Matt Shack, his teammate, Team Shake Stack. It's a nice name for a team. Then followed by that is Paolo Langer in P4. I'm just here for Austin J. McGoat. Austin. Oh, okay. Austin McGill, who's sitting in the pit lane right now. Get back right underway here. Followed by Chris Chitterling in P5. In practice, looks like we have about 8 drivers all doing 204s, and then the rest of the field really pulling it together in the 205 range. So a lot of close competition is going to be happening in this race. A lot of nail biters for sure. Will Coffey. I hope I'm saying that one right. So we got a lot of new individuals that are joining us here. Is Aubrey Kundal is just ahead, and then Alex Carver, just behind. Oh no, just in front of. Behind. Will Coffey. Timothy Bray in P9 right now. And Alex Carver, P10. Tyler Tiered, P11. Andrew Korostecki in P12. Eric Rodriguez in 13. Eddie Layton, 14. Take a look here. We have Chris Granger with the 205.6. A lot of drivers really in the 205.7 range, too. Kyle Aiken, Craig Carroll, Joshua Grasso. Tyler Anderson just outside of that by 0.2. Zachary Bryant in the 206s. Then we started with the 204s, one driver in the 203s, and then 205s, and then 206s. A lot of drivers hitting that mark. Got Zachary Bryant, Ryan Jeevan. Jevan? Noah Hoskinson in P22. And Adrian Fedorsky. It's Adrian Fedorsky. I'm almost positive on that one. Chris Lambeth. You know, some of these drivers are just testing me, testing my skills as a linguist. Chris Lambeth coming in at P24. Wyatt Robertson, 25. Charles Whedon in 26. Sean Hamilton in 27. Austin J. McGill has not set a time yet. And Joey Jr., all the way there in the back, also has not set time. And yikes. Looks like somebody had a rough entry into the back straight there. And we are about 3 minutes away from starting qualifying. then on to the race. It'll be a 10-minute qualifying session, open qualifying, so everyone will jump in and do their best. Looking here, we have Timothy Bray and Austin McGill battling it out there. Oh. Whoa. Oh. And down goes Austin McGill there in the Porsche. And I wasn't quite sure who was following him there. But no Blaine O on that exchange. Take a look down the lineup here. It was a driver that's also in the pits now as well. Really looking for drivers that are crossing the line here with some positive spin on their times. Timothy Bray was one of them. He went 1.1 second faster in his practice sesh. Puts him in P4, just above Paulo Langer, who I guess might have probably been the driver that got into it in a little rough and tumble there. The other driver. Looks like everybody's in the pits with only 30 seconds left to go. Take a look at Joshua Grasso, who's just about to cross the line here. And is he going to go for a full lap? That was his out lap. And looks like we're going to see on board what it's like to drive a Porsche 911 around this track. And qualifying, qualifying, qualifying. Let's see who's going to be the first one out. And it looks to be Patrick Gannon. I think he's new to the season, new driver. But he did pull off an impressive feat, getting in the 203s. A feat no one else in practice was able to do, but can they gain that extra couple tenths to put them there? I know definitely see it out of Trey Mistack and Matt Shack. And we have several drivers still in the pit lane, not having gone out for their out lap. And here we go. On board with Patrick Gannon on his hot lap. We'll go in the helmet cam. You know, just taking a look at Patrick Gannon's license here, he's actually a 4.99 A licensed driver, which goes to tell you he's a very safe driver. Putting it right there at the top. Not a speed most people can do. You know, you get your drivers that are in the 2s, the 3s, 3.5s possibly. But really putting a safety rating that high, it's goes to show you this driver doesn't really do anything egregious. And if he does, he's definitely working to keep it back in order. And into the back straight, into Sector 3. Is Patrick Gannon going to hold P1 while we're at the end of this? That'll be interesting for sure. Patrick Gannon crosses the line. First driver to do so. Eric Rodriguez is going to be in right after him. And he's going to be crossing the line. And definitely let another driver by. Got Matt Shack, who just took P2. Eric Rodriguez in P3. Colin Luckhurst just crossed the line. In P3. With a 204.8, Eddie Layton just crossed the line here with a 205. Kyle Aiken across the line in P4. Kyle Aiken in P5. Now down to P6 for himself. Paolo Langer across the line. He goes to P4. Dang! Will Coffey comes across the line. He goes to P3. Andrew Korstecki's in P7. Kyle Aiken in P8. Eric Rodriguez drops down to P9. Zachary Bryan in P10. Craig Carroll goes to P9. That puts Zachary Bryan at 11. Chris Lambeth in 12th. Any other drivers, we're going to be seeing Kyle Granger in P12. Timothy Bray across the line in P2. Where's Trey Mistak going to shake up in this order? As he is on an outlap, or on his push lap at the moment. Alex Carver crosses the line and goes to P9. Trey Mistak is in Sector 2. Tyler Tier crosses the line, goes to P9 with the 205.3. No one's in the 203s just yet. Patrick Gannon has not been overtaken for that top spot. Chris Chitterling crosses the line and goes to P2 with a 204.4. Just ahead of Timothy Bray by 4 thousandths of a second. Matt Scheck crosses the line, goes to P4 with a 204.4. Joey Jr. to P5. 204.5. Trey Mistak is just crossing the line, and where is he going to be? Was that not a valid lap? No, it was a valid lap. He goes to P8 with the 204. And then Colton Luckhurst across the line, going to P2 with the 204.2. Tyler Anderson just crosses the line. Car number 15. Ends in P16 for him at the moment in time. Let's see if he can improve upon his time right there. We have Tyler Tier already half a second faster on this push lap. We have Eric Rodriguez also 2 seconds faster right now into Sector 3. Where's this going to shake him up right now? He's got a 206 even. That will put him into... Oh, no. Whoa. It's going wildly off on that one. He's 2 seconds faster in the first sector. So he's definitely made a change. Fundamental to his driving is if he continues to hold this up, he's going to be in the top 10 for sure. Be really interesting to see if that's what happens for the driver. Still 2 seconds faster here. And up at the top, the LL is last lap for these drivers crossing the line. That would be just their last lap, and it looks like Patrick Gannon has not set another lap after that one. Holding fastest. He won. And I think Eric Rodriguez is proving himself. He is still 2 seconds faster as Joey Jr. crosses the line and goes to 2 with the 204.2, goes to P2. But where is Eric Rodriguez going to be? He's 2.3 seconds faster going out of that corner. Maybe lost a little bit of time. He went to 201, but he's still pushing from P20 barring no issues with the with track limits. It's possible he had a track limit. His position is not changing. And says P20. Tyler Anderson across the line with going to P16. All right, stays P16, but must have overtaken someone to get that back. Now we have Patrick Gannon, who's 0.2 faster on this lap. Yeah, Austin McGill and Joshua Grosso still have not set a time. Joshua Grosso, as I say that, he goes to P15. We have Sean Hamilton in P25. Adrian Podorowski. Ooh, yeah, I'm not going to get that one, folks. That's not happening. Ryan Jeevan also not set a time. Charles Whedon also has not set a time. And that looked a little bit too much on the grass there, but maybe not so much. Still 1/10 faster. This could put him in the 203s, 203.9 even, but that would still separate him from. Oh nope, he's gained a lot of time. There's nothing that's going to change for that driver. Matt Shack is about to cross the line. There he goes. He was 0.3 faster from P6 to P2 for Matt Shack. 204.2, 0.2 behind Patrick Gannon. And that is the end of qualifying. Just a few drivers left to make up a spot. Alex Carver being one of them. Colin Luckhurst, Timothy Bray. This looks like Aubrey Kundal. Also out there, Andrew Korstecki, also out there, and Tyler Tier still pushing. Alex Carver's 2.7 seconds up on his delta, so I don't think anything's going to change up there. Definitely not an improvement out of the driver, but Timothy Bray is 0.3 faster on this lap. 0.3 is a huge margin when you're in the 204s. It's enough to put him in the top 2 rows for sure. And gained a little bit of improvement through those final corners. Into the penultimate corner, down the straight. If he keeps this together, and it looks like he had a good exit. It's 0.3 faster. Timothy Bray from P6 And no change for the driver. That's unfortunate. It must have been track limits on that. And there you have it, folks. Patrick Gannon, P1. Matt Shack, P2. Joey Jr., P3. Colin Luckers, P4. Chris Chitterling in P5. Timothy Bray in P6. Will Coffey in P7. Paolo Langer in P8. Trey Mistak in P9. Aubrey Bundall in P10. Eddie Layton in 11. Alex Carver in 12. Andrew Korostecki in 13. Tyler Tier in 14. Kyle Granger in 15. Joshua Grosso in 16. Tyler Anderson in 17. Craig Carroll in 18. And we have shifted to the race. And momentarily we'll be going across that start straight finish. See if anyone is there. Matt Shack. Shop review. I guess we'll ignore that for now. And this race is almost underway. Kyle Aiken in 19, Noah Hotchkiss in 20, Eric Rodriguez in 21, Austin McGill in 22, Zachary Bryan in 23, Wyatt Roberts in 24, Chris Lambeth in 25, Sean Hamilton in 26, Andrew Fedorsky in 27, Adrian Fedorsky in 27, Charles Whedon in 28, and Ryan Jeevan in 29. Almost 30 drivers on the grid. That's mighty impressive for the start of this season. As we look to go underway shortly. And the safety car is in. We are about to go green as everyone is stacking up. Just a few drivers there. Oh, what the? Oh, no. At the start, couple drivers made contact.
Green flag, green flag.
Patrick Gannon gets away. And they are going 3 wide down the first turn. This is unprecedented. What is going to happen? One of the drivers backs out. Christopher Chitterling also kind of backs out there. And that is a interesting start to the race. Oh, no. Oh, no. And some drivers make contact in the back. And that is no bueno. Ah, yikes. Don't know who did that one. We have Eric Rodriguez battling it out with Craig Carroll. 2 wide, they're about to go. Eric Rodriguez is about to be overtaken by Kyle Aiken. That's a move done by him. And we are back to the race. And definitely some people going to die in the kink. Death has already hit an approach even before the start of this race for one of the drivers, losing entire front. And it looks like no good. Noah Hodgkinson must have had an incident of some sort as he is tumbling down the order. Matt Shack in P2, Owen Luckers in P3. As you're aware, Patrick Gannon has kept it together. Oh no, and there goes Christian Chittling and Powell Langer. Oh no, and Andrew Korstecki. It's the back end of Sean Hamilton. Almost positively that's what exactly happened there. As Chris Chitterling goes tumbling down the order, and Andrew Korstecki is able to hold it together, but not by much. And there goes Craig Carroll ahead of Eric Rodriguez, now having to battle Kyle Aiken. And another driver, Austin McGill, about to overtake Eric Rodriguez there, and he makes the move stick. And Chris Lambeth, oh no, Andrew Korstecki is in the pits. Chris Chitterling is in the pits. Drivers are going down the order here. Patrick Gannon is still ahead of Matt Shack, just not by much, half a second. Owen Luckers is in the fight himself, with Timothy Bray just behind. Eddie Layton. Oh no, that is Adrian Fedorsky in the background there. He's lost out a little bit. Chris Lambeth and him made contact. There's another driver that has made contact, and that is Sean Hamilton off with Adrian Fedorsky, I think, overtaking Charles Whedon as well. Or is that Trey Mistack? I can't tell. That's Trey Mistack ahead, and Adrian in the back there. And it'll be interesting to see Will Coffey in P5. Got about a full second to make up there on P4, Timothy Bray. Joey Jr. just behind in the BMW with Aubrey Kundal in the BMW. It looks like it's from P4 to P7 is BMWs. It's an interesting move there. Oh no, and there's Alex Carver. Take a look and see what happened here. As he was battling. Ooh. Just slightly off there. But he is back on track. Well, Alex Carver did have a spin. Looks like he's going to try to make a move here on Chris Lambeth. 40 going side by side. Mercedes on Mercedes violence is what's happening down this straight. But he's got the outside. Chris Lambeth is definitely defending for this position. But so goes Alex Carver through before they even make it to the apex. And there is Austin McGill and a little bit of a train. The conductor is Craig Carroll, just ahead by 3/10 with Eric Rodriguez just behind and Paulo Langer following suit. And it's anybody's guess what the pace of these drivers looks like. They are definitely quicker on this lap, having kind of accordion themselves just a little bit, but they are all very fast. The pace of these drivers is definitely going to be set on this lap, as the last one was prone to a lot of issues. Austin McGill goes into the pit lane. Oh no, that is unfortunate. He must have some damage. Craig Carroll leading them across the line with a 2:06.1, and that's Eric Rodriguez just behind with a 2:05.9, separated by 1/10. And Kyle Langer with a full second faster than Eric Rodriguez. So he's going to definitely make some changes there. Chris Lambeth goes across the line. And Sean Hamilton about to make a position here as he goes across the line. And back there in the background is Charles Whedon. Is he going into the pit lane? It looks like it. It's unfortunate for him. The start of the race was a little chaotic in many respects. And out of the top 7, I'd say so far. Close racing, but no overtakes just yet. And Wyatt Robertson, P14. Can he make anything happen against Kyle Granger, who needs a 5/10 ahead of him? Ooh, Wyatt Roberts. I remember this livery from the last season. The anime waifu livery. I have no idea what it's from. And there goes Zachary Bryant's racing team. Must just be Bryant Racing. My skills of deduction, pretty good. And that is Eddie Layton in the blue and white car in the background there, just behind Wyatt Roberts. And it looks like Eddie Layton goes across and overtakes Zachary Bryant. Possibly his teammate of Tyler Tier also in the background. Oh. You can hear it, but can you see it? It is Kyle Aiken into the wall. That is unfortunate. Let's take a look and see exactly what happened. Was it contact by another driver? That would be the worst case scenario. Oh. And it looks like Kyle Aiken's car is relatively stable as he is continuing to push on. Although that back end looks a little shaky. Wonder if Adrian Fedorsky is going to be able to overtake him due to that damage. Ooh, and has a little bit of a slip up there in the corner. Adrian follows him through. It's not an easy place to overtake in the first place, but given space, he lets him take the inside. And there goes Adrian through. And it always looks like there's a title fight happening between these two drivers as they are very closely paced. So is Joey Jr. on Will Coffey. It'd be really upsetting if he says his name's Kofi. O instead of an A. Possible. That's it. ANSE3D is the principal sponsor. Joey Jr. is repping the livery for them. And these drivers have not lost any pace amongst them. They're all doing 204s. separated by half a second each. Aubrey Kundal is the one driver that just is at the trailing end of it, but he is keeping pace. It's all BMWs, mind you. It's just an interesting shakeup. Patrick Gannon is in P1 still in a BMW as well. Matt Shack in the Porsche 911 and Colin Luckhurst in the Ferrari. And then to round out the top 10, it's, yeah, another BMW, full BMWs, and then one Porsche of Joshua Grosso, P8. It's quite the choice. Seems like all of the BMWs are at the top of the board right now in the leaderboard, but as far as manufacturers go, a lot of the Mercedes are in the midfield or lower. Oh, Eddie Layton goes off wide. Hopefully that doesn't ruin his chances there. A couple drivers definitely getting back there on the track safely as he drops to P17 or 16 with that mishap. On the heels of Alex Carver and P15. Tyler Tier just ahead of him. In the last lap, a full second separated these drivers, but who knows why that was the case. Tyler Tier is a fast driver, but is he going to be getting past? Is he going to be able to defend his position against Alex Carver? Some green laps for some of these drivers as they are improving upon their time, really pushing. Good to see. Means they're consistently getting faster. Track's warming up for them. And Alex Carver just slightly behind by half a second. Is he going to be able to collapse that down the main straight they go? A lot of people are going wide right there. That's definitely carrying too much speed into that corner. Up there in the distance was Craig Carroll. But the top 7 have remained unchanged for a while now. And that is not the commentator cursing one of these drivers to break tradition and lose it. But it is impressive that no driver in the top 7 has changed positions, or in the top 8 actually. As Paulo Langer and Eric Rodriguez have changed positions many a times. And it looks like Alex Carver might have gotten by at one point. Eric Rodriguez goes ahead. So Aubrey Condall was at the back of this formation, this little train here. That Timothy Bray going for? No. Aubrey got past Will just a couple corners ago. Take a look at it. Oh, that's what it was. Just goes off, opens the door, and gets ahead. And that's sometimes how a move is going to happen. Austin McGill crosses the line. He goes to P22. And there goes Tyler Tier. Still holding it together, but Alex Carver and Kyle Granger changed positions. Looks like Kyle Granger lost out to 2 drivers here. And where we saw that shift in the last sector, are we going to see it again? Is Alex Carver not going to be able to hold on, pressing Tyler Tier through sector 3? Did lose half a second to him. Opened the door, but it looks like he kind of gets that back in sector 1, sector 2. Now separated by only 0.3. Kyle Granger back by 0.6. And there you goes. That's 0.2 separation just there in the last sector. So he's half a second away from him. Well enough away that the slipstream is not going to be pulling him closer. Close enough, for that matter. As Trey Mistak overtakes Zachary Bryant for P716. Unfortunate start of the race for Trey Mistak, I believe. As he started P9. He's in P16 at the moment. And just going down the lineup here, seeing where some drivers are at, if anything looks damaged. Oh, that's a, I believe that was Noah Hodgkinson. Yes, it is. He's going into the pit lane. Andrew Korostecki, not a race he's going to remember for sure. He had started P13 and has dropped down to 25. Some of it may have not been in, you know, of his own volition, caught in a sandwich of incidents. Sometimes it's just unpredictable that way. Greg Carroll in P26 right now. And Eric Rodriguez and Timothy Bray are swapped positions here. Oh, and there goes Alex Carver. He's closer this time. He's 0.2 separated, but not enough where he's going to make a change into turn 1. Now, Timothy Bray is the first driver to go in and change. His wheels are up, which means he might be getting new tires. I don't know why, but fuel would be the only thing you really need. Splash and dash for the rest of this race. We're halfway through this race. He's back out on the track. His time right now is 53 seconds in and out in the pit lane. Timothy Bray was up there, so anyone's guess as to what's going to happen with his position. We have Matt Shack and Patrick Gannon still. Oh, and there goes Alex Carver ahead of Tyler Tier. It finally happened. Let's take a look and see what happened. Is it going to be a legit move, or is it going to be an off track? Ooh. Oh, yeah, his tires are on the grass a little bit too far, and Alex Carver goes through. When mistakes are made, capitalize, capitalize. Joshua Grosso holding P7 was P8. Paolo Langer in P8 was P9. These drivers have been consistent, if nothing else. We don't even see damage on these cars, which means they have not been in the fray. They've just been able to keep it consistent. We're getting 205s out of these drivers. Actually, no, 206. Joshua Grosso's. There's a 205.5. I was right. That was his fastest lap yet, with Paolo Langer crossing the line with a 205.4. Just 1/10 faster. We might be seeing a battle out of these two drivers. Kyle Granger goes into the pit lane. There he is. And Trey Mistak also in the pit lane. A couple drivers are going to get some positions off of this. That's Christopher Chittling also going to get some positions. But serve the mandatory pit stop you must. Things will shake up now that everyone's coming back into the pit lane. It's 12 old tires. Matt Shack, is he going to be able to do anything here? It's got Andrew Korostecki ahead. That is a lapped car that both Patrick Gannon and Matt Shack are both going to try to pass with some ease. Is Andrew Korostecki going to make it easy for them? You'd hope he would. But is he going to make it difficult for Matt? Down the straightaway, you would think this move is going to happen. Just lift off slightly and let them both by, but what if he tries to slot in? It's definitely going to hurt Matt Shack's chances at overtaking Patrick Gannon for P1. And it looks like Andrew Korostecki has not moved over just yet. Pass me when you get close is more like it. And, you know, that's hard racing. And it's definitely alright. You like to see it. Maybe we'll do it in the middle straight here. Is he going to be close enough? Is it happening now? There he goes by, but is Matt Shack going to go by? He's diving to the inside, but no! He slots in! Oh, no! Oh, man! Down goes Andrew. And Matt Shack just hits that back end like a little too quickly. And ay. That definitely ruins some chances. Adrian Fedorsky is into P12 right now as it stands. A lot of these drivers have dropped into the pit lane. Joshua Grosso from P9 to P13, so not a bad spot for him to be in. Tyler Anderson is right there, but it still has not served his pit stop, so we're definitely going to see him drop down the order again. As it stands, Timothy Bray is P15, and Joshua Grosso was, I think, ahead of him. It might have been before that. Eddie Layton and Kyle Granger swap positions. It looks like they're the same team. Not quite sure about that. I mean, same livery, same car. If he did let him by, that would be interesting. Kyle Granger is technically faster on track at this moment in time. Little team orders to let him by might be in order. Will Kofi from P7 on an outlap is into P10, so not a bad result so far. But and then Aubrey Kundal also went out, separated by 1.6 seconds. So there must have been a difference in the pit stop for those two drivers. Doesn't quite say. Patrick Gannon, Matt Shack, Joey Jr., Colin Luckers, Paulo Langer, also into the pit lane. Eric Rodriguez coming into the pit lane. Wyatt Roberts coming to the pit lane. And Zachary Bryant also coming into the pit lane. Who's going to get out first? That's Matt Shack across ahead of Patrick Gannon. Oh, that is going to be an interesting thing. Is he going to have enough fuel for the end of this race? That's Aubrey Kundal with the undercut. Was P8, is P5 battling Colin Luckhurst? That is a huge margin for him. Timothy Bray down to up to P9. That is where we like to see him. That's where he started. Eric Rodriguez is coming out in P10 from P6. Tyler Anderson down to P3. Oh, Alex Carver into P4. Oh, look at this. This is so close. Aubrey Kundal and Colin Luckhurst down into the corner. It doesn't look like he's going to get him there, but does he get him on the inside? Yes, he does! He's going to have the run into the next corner, and he goes through. Aubrey Kundal, new to the series here, shows his worth. That is a mighty move. Undercutting so early, and it really pays off. He was just nothing if not consistent. To P4 for Aubrey Kundal. Joey Jr. into P3. Matt Shack takes P1 from Patrick Gannon from that. Oh, no. And there's Alex Carver. All that work he put in to get that position and is dropped down the order. Tyler Tier goes to P11 from P17. Zachary Bryant crosses through. It's down to P16. In the shakeup is real. This order changed dramatically off of the pit stop from the race leads. And the top 8 all had gone in. Joshua Grosso still isn't much difference for him. Paulo Langer is ahead of him. Unfortunate. I think Paulo Langer served better on the undercut to Joshua Grosso. They were battling for position for P7 and 8. And that's Timothy Bray there in the background. Just crossing through lap 15. And there goes Eddie Layton. He's been making his overtakes known. And he's overtaken a lot. Into P12 he goes off of Wyatt Roberts. Down into turn 1. Does that mean Kyle Granger's going to try to make the same move? Oh no, he is blinking. Blinking and gone. No, he's not gone. Wyatt Roberts is not gone. That was a full 20 seconds, if I've ever felt it, of him disappearing, and and Kyle Granger goes through. Wyatt Roberts trying to attack back. Why not? A little bit of a slip up there. And at this point, are they going to go too wide through that? No, they don't. as he makes his Merc a little bit wider than the Porsche. Eric Rodriguez is actually having a really... Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. You hate to see it, folks. Aubrey Kundal was having such an amazing race. And through goes everybody. I don't know how much of that he's going to be able to hold on to. That looks like a lot of damage. Definitely might be some suspension damage. He's not going to even try to fight that. In goes Joshua Grosso. Timothy Bray will probably also slot in slightly after that. You hate to see it, folks. And through goes Will Kofi. Kofi Coffee. Not sure which one it is, but Will into P5. I believe this is his first race with Broken Wing Racing League. Oh, and that is a move. Kyle Granger from P13 down to P15 had himself a shakeup, and you could just see those Mercedes in the order P16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That is a lot of Mercedes back to back to back to back. But we already know what that's like on some other of these cars. P1 or P2's BMW, P3 BMW. Separated Colin Luckhurst really just separates the 5 and 6 from that. And that is Andrew Korstecki out. Just an unfortunate race for him. I don't think anything's his fault there. And Aubrey Kundal is coming into the pit lane. Eric Rodriguez goes through for P9. Out goes Sean Hamilton. And it's just nice to see these drivers, even with some unfortunate business on the track, they are pushing back out and attacking. Wyatt Roberts to P12. Alex Carver and Zachary Bryant battle it out, and Alex Carver goes through to P15. And more drivers are passing Aubrey Kundal for position. And Tyler Anderson keeps it ahead, or overtakes Chris Lambeth for P19. It's like Craig Carroll and Kyle Aiken, the battle their own. Down to Joey Jr. and Patrick Gannon in P2 and 3. It looks like Joey Jr. finally has caught the back of Patrick Gannon, who is not gaining on Matt Shack, who's just ahead by 1.4 seconds. And again, such an astonishing difference. Patrick Gannon had a pit lane pit stop of 48.5. Matt Shack and Joey Jr. had a pit stop of 46.4 and 46.7. Both got him by a couple of seconds. So why was he in the pit lane for 2 more seconds than necessary than these drivers? One of which is in a BMW just like him. Joey Jr. was still faster by 2 seconds. Matt Shack also. I would love to know what the difference between these two, or these 3 drivers, what this pit stop strategy was different. It is probably fuel, and Patrick might have just gone for some extra fuel. Maybe more so than what these drivers were putting in. Just shooting his shot differently for the end of this race, hoping he can cross the line without the anxiety of not having enough. That would be my thought there. And definitely a little bit of a difference there in sectors 2 and 3, as he was 2 tenths behind him. Now he's 4 tenths. But he's going to be approaching him with that slipstream. Is Patrick not going to have to even defend that? I'm not sure what's happening here, but Chris Schitterling is dropping down the order. I'm going to pull that back just ever so slightly. Chris Schitterling was P18 at the time. Oh, hits the grass. Tries to recover. No. Oh. Oh, no. That is massive damage. That is massive damage. And if we look at that right suspension, oh, no. That is a complete failure of the drive. That is unfortunate. With only a couple laps left to go, it would... Whoa! And that is Kyle Aiken getting out of the way, but it was a interesting swerve there. But that gap that Joey Jr. has is not changed much, but what has changed is they've reeled in the lead. The race lead, it had a 1.6 second gap, but it was dropped to now 3 tenths. They're all separated by just a couple tenths. What's going to happen here with only a couple laps left to go? And can the race leads give us an exciting finish to this race? Will we see Patrick Gannon retake the lead? Will Joey Jr. send one up the inside and overtake Patrick Gannon? We don't know just yet. But with only a couple laps left to go, you want to see something happen. Matt Shack gains 2 tenths through sector 1 and 2. Over Patrick Gannon, so he is maintaining that gap. He isn't being pressure just yet. Loses it slightly. Through a braking zone, I mean. But if Patrick Gannon can get a good exit here, we might see some change. A Porsche versus BMW down the main straight. Who's it going to go to? We know the BMWs are fast. A lot of the drivers are in the BMWs are in the top 10. Oh, Patrick Gannon, Team Upstate. That must mean his teammate is Timothy Bray. If I'm not mistaken, that's also the driver for Team Upstate. Yeah, it is. Timothy Bray. Who's in P8. This is a good result for the team. That is for sure. Will Kofi in P5, still holding it together. That's Andrew Korostecki behind him in P22, not battling for position. Colin Luckhurst in P4, still holding a good, strong sense there. Nothing much changed for this driver since the start of this race. It was P3. That would be the difference. They are almost there. And what is going to happen? And can we get a view? Are they on the white flag? Is this it? I've made many mistakes before not knowing when these races are ending. But I am going to confirm we got a white flag right there. That is the confirmation of the white flag. We got Matt Shack, Patrick Gannon, and Joey Jr., the top three, still pushing, separated by nothing. Not even a tenth anymore. Their last lap, Patrick Gannon was 4 tenths faster than Matt Shack. He did have that slipstream, and Matt Shack keeps the inside, but Patrick Gannon, they go side by side through it. He's gonna have it again. Oh no, they touch, and there goes Joey Jr. on the inside, and he overtakes Patrick Gannon. Wow. And down goes Patrick to P3 when he made his move to overtake Matt Shack. Joey Jr. capitalized, and Matt Shack is not having to worry about anything right there at the top. And he is slightly too far back, even if he braked well intentioned, trying to exit. It's not going to be able to make anything happen here, but we might see something happen with Joey Jr. and Matt Shack for P1 and 2. I think Patrick's just going to have to settle for P3 on this, even with a good exit, which is exactly what he was able to make happen. And there goes Joey Jr. shooting a shot down the straightaway they go. Side by side, who's going to win it? It is Joey Jr. over Matt Shack, and P1 goes to Joey Jr. in ANSE3D Racing. I think that's the name of it. I hope I'm right there. Matt Shack into P2. Patrick Gannon takes P3. Colin Lucas crosses the line in P4. Will Kofi in P5. Paolo Langer is crossing the line in P6. Joshua Grasso gets to P7 across the line. Timothy Bray into P8. Great result for Team Upstate. Tyler Tier is going through the final corners here. And he is going to take P9 with Eric Rodriguez in P10. Trey Mistack into P11. Wyatt Roberts takes P12. Alex Carver in P13. Bearing, there's no issues here as they cross the line, folks. Kyle Granger into P14. Aubrey Kundal into 15. Unfortunate result for the driver who was sitting up there. And it looks like possibly somebody might have changed the positions as they cross the line. Zachary Bryant into 16. Eddie Layton crossed the line in 17. Tyler Anderson into 18. Chris Lambeth into 19. Adrian Fedorsky is going to take P20. Kyle Aiken in P21. Andrew Korostecki in P22. Craig Carroll into P23. Ryan Jeevan into P24. Sean Hamilton into P25. And congratulations to these guys for, you know, a rocky start to the season with some of these incidences. But it looks like this is a student driver. That is a hilarious livery. And then Chris Triddling in 26. Austin McGill in 27. Charles Whedon in 28. Noah Hoskinson in P29. Only a few drivers actually did finally leave the session a little early, but amazing first race to this this season. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next Sunday for the round 2. Sponsored by ANSE and brought to you by them.